Hello and welcome back to the Voices of the Vic, the Lowdown series, a brand new feature from Voices of the Vic this season. Usually it is Cameron that delivers them, but today it's myself, and today I'm joined by Anthony, who writes for a website which is all about Toulouse Football Club. And we're here to obviously talk about the man in the background, and you can see stats rolling at the bottom of the screen as well. Watford announced the signing of Rhys Healey from Toulouse. He was very influential at the French club, especially in the second tier of the French football. Anthony, the first question I want to ask you is, Rhys made 77 appearances. In those 77 games, he scored 39 goals. He assisted 7 times. And that was since he joined from MK Dons in 2020. And are Toulouse fans gutted to see him go?
Well, thanks, Mike, for having me first.
No
And yes, to answer your questions, when he arrived, no one knew him because he was from the third or fourth East Milton Keynes in third or fourth division. I don't remember. Yeah, and he arrived from there, and no one knew him. Yeah, we have like the leaders of the club. They get players from using data, statistics, and so we usually have players that no one knows. And which is good actually, because for Rhys Healey, we got him when his value on transfer market. Do you know this website? It was like 300,000 and 350,000 euros, and now it's like 10 times this price. So it was very good, and all the fans like him. Especially because of the context, everybody wanted him to renew his contract with Toulouse, but we could not, unfortunately, for many reasons. And so yeah, everybody loves him. He's got his own song in Toulouse. I've been like I got a season tickets for. I've been in the stadium for like many years now, and I've never seen that before. Never.
That's very interesting. Sonny, you mentioned a minute ago there, which was one of the questions that I had lined up. He has obviously, he ran out of contract and effectively he was released. One of those reasons, you said there's many reasons as to why a new contract wasn't agreed. Was one of those reasons, do you think he might not have been good enough to make the step up to Ligue 1? Because a lot of his goals were in the second tier, and that is a big jump then to the top tier of French football.
I think that was part of the questions that leaders of the club asked themselves, because last summer we got promoted in Ligue 1, and we've got a new striker, who was going to be number one, who was our actual number one. And but Rhys Healey played 3 games last summer, the 3 first games, or maybe 2. He scored 1 time or twice. So very good start. It was an amazing start, but then he got injured with the knee, unfortunately. And but I think the fact they don't renew him was maybe because they don't think he's good enough for Ligue 1, maybe, even if obviously he was loved by everybody, and he was part of the of the club, the team spirit. His team spirit is very good. But I think they were like, oh, maybe he's not good enough, especially after being after being out of the pitch for more than a year, like 8 months, like a whole season. But he scored the last goal of the season against Monaco, very last fixture. So we'll never know if it was good enough or not for Ligue 1. But I think that was part of the questions they had.
Yeah, and as you mentioned as well, he obviously had quite a big injury. I think he did his ACL, and that's always a bit of a worry when a player has an injury like that, if he's going to be able to come back and replicate what he's done. Before he joined yourselves, we mentioned that he come from MK Dons in the third tier of English football. He scored 12 goals, and then the season before that, he scored 9 goals for MK Dons. He then joined Toulouse and scored 15 in his first season and 22 in his second season. What was it that made it click for Rhys Healey? Was it the style of football the manager was playing? Because that's quite a jump up in stats, and obviously he's moulded his game to play in France. Did he fit the system really well? What sort of system did he play in?
So our system used to be 4-3-3. I don't know if you get me. Yeah, I don't know if you say that like this in English too. And so the first year he was in when he joined the club. He was not the only striker playing for this. We had you had him in Watford too. Bayo, do you know him?
Yeah, I was going to ask you about him.
Yeah. And so they shared this striker position together. And so at the time it was Bayo first, and then Healey joined the game. Later entered during the game, and then it was the opposite. So the other way around. So yeah, he used to play like it's a proper number 9. A guy who wants to be a proper striker, who wants to score every single time. He's not, in League Two we had actually the best team. I don't like to, because it's like pretending to have the best team, but we actually had, and so yeah, it was easier obviously when you had the good passes from the midfielders, from the other strikers. It was it was easier to score, but still it's not an easy thing to get promoted. So we saw that the first season with him. And so yeah, he was a good striker, a very good striker, a proper number 9. And he's not very technical. He won't take the ball from your own half, and go and score. He's quite tall, so obviously it's not his kind of play. He won't play like this.
Yeah, and you mentioned there as well, Vakun Bayo. He's still at Watford. Played a handful of games last season, scored a couple of goals, and then he went back out on loan. But I would imagine that he might play a bit of a part this season with the new manager. You mentioned there that it would often be the case that Bayo would start, then Healey would come on in his place, and the other way around. Did they often play together, maybe in a 2 up front, or is it very much one come on for the other one?
Yeah, they did not do that very often. So I don't know what's the style of your new manager, but yeah, we don't really have them, except when we lost, when we lost at the very end of the games.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, it was. Fortunately, it did not happen very often. So I can tell you, I'm happy not to tell you.
No. Obviously, as well, I'm sure the fans in Toulouse will have nothing but good things to say about Rhys Healey. What would you say his strengths and weaknesses are? Because obviously, he's played in the English League before. He's played at the same level that Watford are at before, but only made sort of 4 or 5 appearances. So it's hard to judge him on that. Has he got a particular set of strengths and a particular set of weaknesses that we should look out for?
Yeah, I think he improved. He did very good since he left England. So I think he's stronger now. He's better. So probably he should be able to do more and to show more now. The main strength is the team spirit. Actually, this is a soldier. He will never give up. He will never give up on the pitch. Give everything every single game. And the main weakness is some people, even myself, I found it especially at the beginning, that sometimes he needs like 3 chances to score 1 goal. But I can't say it's a bad striker because obviously he scored 39 goals in 77 games. So that's an amazing striker. But sometimes he misses some chances that he should not. Yeah.
No, that's really good to hear for in terms of good team spirit. One thing the last 2 or 3 seasons Watford fans have noticed is a lot of the players in the team look like they don't care, they don't want to play. So the fact that you say that Rhys Healey always gives 100%, always good team spirit, that is very, very good.
He's gonna fight for give everything for your jersey every single game because he's a honest player. I call them honest player. He's not here to get paid and then just go for training and he's gonna give 100% on the pitch.
That's very good. And lastly, really, you've sort of answered it already, but I'll ask you anyway. Do you expect him to score a lot of goals at Watford? Do you expect him to sort of fit in? Because, as I mentioned earlier, he played for Cardiff in the same league as Watford a few years back and didn't really make the impact he perhaps wanted to. But as you say, he now has those few years in France under his belt and that sort of that experience. Do you expect him to score a lot of goals for Watford and maybe have a similar impact?
Actually, he can do it because he proved he could. So he can do it. But he gained a lot of confidence. In France, which is good actually. And this is what maybe he missed before. He needed a bit of confidence, self-confidence. I think I don't. The thing is, I don't really know because he did not really play this season. So I am confident in the leaders of your club. I'm sure they did not get this player for no reason. He's a very good player. I just don't know how he's gonna be now after one season out of the pitch, But I think I think he will. I think he will. I don't know. It depends on how many games he plays in, and he's got all the qualities to score goals. You see, in France, he scored like 15 goals for the first season, 20 for the second. But the team, I don't really know about Watford. But if you play to get promoted, if you've got very good players around him, giving him good passes and etc., he should score. It's a good striker, so he knows how to score. He just needs to be in the best conditions,
Absolutely.
Himself and with the team, you know what I mean? Yeah,
absolutely. And I think that will sort of make a lot of Watford fans happy to hear that. I mean, we had a player on loan last season from Aston Villa, and he wasn't really very fit at the time, and he only scored 7 goals. But I think it very much sounds like if he's got the service from midfield, then he 9 times out of 10 he knows where the back of the net is, and he will score the goals that's needed, because we've had 2 bad seasons, and we just sort of want players now that want to be here, will give 100%, and it sounds like we're getting that player and getting a goal scorer as well, which we've not had for a long time. So that's very good to hear.
From what you say, I think it's a good signing for Watford because, he actually has every single thing you missed, like, players with a fighting spirit. And, I told you, I don't know because obviously we have not seen him for a while now, even if he scored the last game of the season. But he's a good striker, so he knows how to score, and he's obsessed with the net. He's obsessed with scoring, so he will score for sure. He will score. It will score for sure. And Watford is not a bad team. If he signed for other teams, in like fighting for for the last positions, I would not be that confident. But with good teammates, it will be something. It will be a good. It's a good deal. I think it's a good signing for you.
Yeah, well, fingers crossed he
Fingers
can score
crossed.
a lot of goals and get Watford back to the Premier League. Thank you very, very much for joining me tonight and speaking
Thank you, Mike.
about Rhys Healey. And thank you guys for watching. If you liked this video, don't forget to hit the like button and hit the subscribe button as well. And we'll be back with another podcast soon. As we record this on Wednesday night, Watford are playing their first pre-season game against Boreham Wood. So hopefully Rhys Healey can score in his first pre-season game for Watford. Fingers crossed. Yeah. But thank you very much, Anthony, and
Thank you.
and take care. Thank you,
And
everybody.
you take care. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Take care, guys.
Take care.